Hello and welcome to our 9 p.m. editions. Here are the top stories for this edition. Celebrations of the Eid al-Fitr in the interior region is the further consolidation is of the relationship between China and Russia concerning tourism. Welcome to our newsroom. The Unity region is celebrated yesterday with joy the feast of Eid al-Fitr. Many faithful converged on the places of the prayer of Monday to Sheikh, usually reserved for the prayer of Eid. The youth, women and men are very all happy to participate in this Eid al-Fitr prayers that closes Ramadan. The prayer was led by Sheikh Gona Ali in the presence of the officials. All the officials, including the Prefect Muhammad Sheikh Hassan, the President of the Regional Council, the head of the decentralized service, the military leaders and the ulama. After the prayers, it was the turn of Sheikh Abbas to preach before all the faithful. Thereafter, it was the moment of forgiveness with hug between the participants in the prayers who showed an intense religious fervor in this period of common celebrations to all Muslims throughout the world.
وقال تعالى نعمة من عندنا كذلك.
Following these collective Eid prayers, the senior religious dignitaries and civil military society leaders of the region celebrate with all the people of the region and the Djibouti population. Like all Muslims' holiday, Eid al-Fitr is also the children's holiday. This celebration, which marks the end of the blessed month of Ramadan, was a moment of joy for the children of the region, who all dressed in new clothes flocked very early to the city center to participate with joy in the feast of Eid. Like the Muslim world and the whole country, the Asajok celebrated yesterday morning Eid al-Fitr in an atmosphere of popular joy. As usual, from Bam to sunrise, all the faithful of the city of Ali Sabih met to participate in the collective prayers of Eid organized at large state omnisports in front of the city in the presence of the authority of the region, the Prefect Mr. Muhammad Wabri Asowe, the President of the Regional Council Mr. Omar Ahmed, the Deputy of the region Mr. Abdul Sikiye Diriye, the Head of the Army Corps B.S. Colonel Abdul Wasi' bin Muhammad, and the senior religious leader and senior civil society leader of the region. Just after this gathering of divine invocations, officials, customers, chief, ulama and other guests made their way to the prefectural residence. There they took together the traditional Eid breakfast consisting of yellowed and grilled cook savors with our milk. Then eat an atmosphere of meeting and fraternity, cakes, many treats and various drinks were served to the guests of the Prefect of the region, Mr. Muhammad Wabri Asowe. Tajora region is celebrate Eid al-Fitr on Tuesday, June 4, 2019. Early this morning, the faithful converged on the mosque of the center of Abdul Aziz Al Saud King's Mosque in the White City. Mosque welcomed the faithful for morning prayer. Thousands of faithful who completed the fast of blessed month of Ramadan headed for the places of prayer. That's the president of the regional council, Mr. Omar Hussein, the deputy prefect Habib Jilani, the head of the military corps, Mr. Ali Shaham, took part in this collective prayers of Eid on simple anonymous people in the fire. Thousands of people found themselves in joy and pity to celebrate together in prayers and meditation to mark the end of the blessed month of Ramadan.
مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين واشكروه على نعمته عليكم بها.
Like the Muslim world, the Republic of Djibouti celebrated yesterday the end of Ramadan, especially in the capital and other regions of Oboh. The prayers of Eid al-Fitr was organized and celebrated in the place of 27 June. The Oboh peoples and little old came to pray. Many was present, the prefect of Oboh, the president of the regional council, that's colonel of the army, and the commanders of the police, Sheikh Awolu Muhammad, at the head of the prayers of Eid al-Fitr. On this occasion, the Imam recalled in his two sermons the high meaning of and values of Eid, such as mercy, tolerance, solidarity, and mutual assistance among members of the same society, adding that this day is a day when the believer feels a joy after accomplishing the young persons of the holy month of Ramadan. Yesterday at Oboh for the collective prayers of Eid, the prefect and the president of the regional council and the traditional chief took part in these prayers, which was followed by receptions offered by the prefecture. Many people from Oboh gathered around a breakfast at the prefect. The residence of the prefect. The ceremony, which is a Muslim tradition, sees to the occasion of the meeting, as every year local elected officials of the administration and ordinary citizens chair the meal that marks the end of the youth period. The prefect Hassan Dabel Ahmed welcomed his guests in a vast living room where he presented their wish to them and received at the head of the regional council, Mr. Muhammad Ismail, and the elders and wise. As usual, the city of Arta in the south of the country celebrated yesterday mornings in the festival of Eid al-Fitr. Early in the mornings, the inhabitants went to the great collective prayer of Eid, all dressed in new clothes and happy to participate in this great event marking the end of the blessed month of Ramadan. Participate in this collective prayer authorities, including the prefect of Arta, Abdullah Hidrar Okiye, the president of the regional council, the deputy, as well as civil and military figures, the elders and the traditional chief. The Imam preached on this occasion to mark the end of the blessed month of Ramadan.
أكبر الله أكبر الله. سمع الله لمن. هذا من العبادات الكبرى وبعد فريضة.
After the collective prayers, the celebration took place in jubilation where the inhabitants accompanied by their children visit their families and the closest friend. A reception has been hosted by the prefect of the region to the authorities of the region and the civil society. The children also enjoyed leisure and pleasure organized in the city on the occasion of celebration. On this occasion, the announcement of the long-awaited Eid al-Fitr festival, Muslims wish each other a happy Eid celebration for all. The Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of Industry, Ilyas Moussa Dawale, the Ambassador of France to the Republic of Djibouti, Mr. Christophe Guillou, the Ambassador of European Union to the Republic of Djibouti, Mr. Adam Koulak, the General Directors of ONEAD, Mr. Mohamed Fouad Abdo, the Director of the French Development Agency in Djibouti, Mr. Philippe Collignon, signed it at the premises of the Ministry of Economy and Finances in the presence of the Minister of Agriculture, Water, Fishery, Livestock, Mr. Mohamed Ahmed Awale. Several agreements for financing into the Republic of Djibouti. This new financing is in line with the continuations of the investment programs of the Djibouti City Liquid Sanitation Program. Financing about 22 million euro financed by the European Union, the main objective of which is to carry out liquid and solid sanitation work in the capital. The Ambassador of the European Union, Mr. Adam Koulak, explains in his intervention that this new operation is financed to the tune of 50 million by AFD and 5.2 million by the European Union, for a total of 20 million euro, equivalent to more than 4 billion Djibouti franc committed today through the signings of the above say. For his part, the Minister of Finance, Ilyas Moussa Dawale, has indicated that this project for the extension and rehabilitation of the Djibouti sanitation network consists of two component neighborhoods, 7 and 7 bis and Testad, which will benefit from the connections to the liquid sanitation network, the reinforcement of the Duda water treatment plant, which will make it possible to treat the vast neighborhood. Established in 1970, the World Environment Day is celebrated every year on May 6 around the world. On this occasion, the Minister of Environment, Mr. Mohamed Abdul Qadir Musa Helem, made a statement to clarify air pollution. This team encouraged the international community to deal with pollution in all call to actions to combat one of the greatest environmental challenges of our time. At the national level, undertaken by the government, Djiboutian and maintained in accordance with the 2035 visions of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh. Since its launch in 1974, World Environment Day has been a global platform for raising awareness and mobilizing the public to protect our planet from tampering. This year, so the theme of World Environment Day is fighting air pollution. This year's campaign aims to be a fight in our homes, administration and businesses to make a collective decision to reduce this problem through the adoption of eco-responsible behavior, he said, the Minister of Urbanism. In a burst of pride and joy, the team of FC Barre Republican Guards arrived at Ambuli Airport this morning around 10 a.m. Colonel Mohammed Jama' Douale, commanders of the Republican Guard, accompanied by The parents of the player and supporters of the team FC Barre Garde Républicaine offered a triumphant return to this team, who lived for 2 weeks a very beautiful adventures marked also the presence as a parent of a player, His Excellency Mumin Hassan Barre, Minister of Muslim Affairs, Culture and Waqf Property Good, Mr. Abshir Ali Hassan, Director of Sports, representing the Secretary of State for Youth and Sport. Djibouti had for second time at the under 13th year of U13 Peoples, which took place in the period from May 30 to June 2000 in Plomla, France, in the French department of Finistère. At the end, Colonel Mohamed Jama Douale, commander of the Republican Guard, did not fail to thank the sponsors and the parents. He also congratulated the leaders and the young people, without players having contributed to their side. For his part, the Minister of Muslim Affairs, Culture and Waqf Property, who is also part of the parents who moved to Djibouti airport to welcome young people from the Republican Guard Barre to return to France after their participation in the World Under 13 years old. In an interview, he said he was proud as a parent, and he also added that it's a great pride for all Djiboutians. He did not miss to congratulate the player for their performance, success, and to have represent Djibouti in an incredible way. He finally urged player a fire broke out yesterday in Balbala afternoon around 4 p.m. in all district of Balbala. In the fourth district, the firefighters arrived quickly to extinguish the Leon fire. Intense heat. Fortunately, there are no human casualty, but the fire destroyed 5 houses according to the first information and protection. The exact origin of the fire is not yet known, but an investigation is underway to determine the origin of fire. Press release tomorrow, Thursday, June 6, 2019. The Djiboutian Armed Forces will celebrate at the Centers of Technical Instruction and Tactics (CITA) of the Camp Sheikh Ousmane their 42 anniversary of creation of the Djiboutian Army. This ceremony has a special aspect. The defense and security forces will participate together in this parade, reinforcing the character of cohesion and national unity. The ceremony will be punctuated by a parade on foot of the defense and the security forces. Following the death of the Djiboutian politician, the late Ismail Ibrahim Ahmed, occurred in a traffic accident, many messages of condolence addressed to his family have reached to the RTD. It is thus the Secretary of State for Decentralization, Mr. Hamad Mohamed Aramis, the Ambassador of Djibouti in Germany, Mr. Adam Mohamed Dileita, the Ambassador of Djibouti in Japan, Mr. Ahmed Araita Ali, as well as Mr. Bragoita Said and Ali Mohamed Abdu, address all their deepest condolence to the family of the deceased Ismail Ibrahim. All pray God to welcome him to his eternal paradise. Inna lillahi. For the international scene, Chinese tourists in Moscow are now very common scene, like the families who came from more than 6,000 kilometers away. More Chinese people are visiting Russia since the annexation of the Crimea 5-year national sanctions. Moscow uncritically assuming its fascination with local folklore, history, and politics. The number of Chinese tourists in Russia has almost doubled since 2014. This is it for tonight news. Thanks for watching us.